How is everybody?
Can you just acknowledge how absolutely you sound when you say we need to focus on term limits when the current president of the United States has openly said he would run for a third term and no other politician says that he shouldn't do that on the Republican side? I need to hear you say that. I need to hear you say no. I need to hear you say this. I need to hear you say this.
How you doing, Marco?
I need you to say no. I just want to hear you say this one thing. No, and you say whatever. But I need you to say, Destiny, we need to focus on term limits when we have a current administration that doesn't even believe in the current constitutionally mandated term limits.
What are we waiting for, Destiny? What are we waiting for? Let's get this party started. He's gonna steal the election, right? What are we waiting for?
I don't think he is gonna steal the election. I don't think they've got.
What the fuck are you talking about? We're gonna have the election, bro.
We are, but right now you're saying that one of the big things that we need to do is like do new legislation on term limits. The current president doesn't even believe in his own term limits.
Did you see the jobs report today? Oh, for God's sake. Literally every article on the jobs report is from a paywalled site, and it's just so annoying at this point. 92,000 jobs down. Unemployment up. You know, I was always hearing about how they don't always have like are you talking about like the archive sites, because they don't always have new things, or is there like ad blocker or something that does that? Because ad blocker will fuck up my YouTube Premium. Yeah, archive sites don't usually have like the newest articles on them, but well, see, to like actually get an article on it without being paywalled, I have to go to like a local news station. But yeah, 92,000 jobs down. Hang on. Something's fucky. My mouse is hitching. Restart Windows Explorer. What the fuck? Is it just my mouse, or is like... Whoa! All my audio is fucked. What the hell? Yeah, I might need to. I don't know what the fuck is going on right now. Hang on. Let me refresh the page and see what happens. Oh. Yeah, I just started going out of the,
No, for my own mind. I need you to say.
Hold on, wait,
I just want to hear you say this one thing. I need and you say whatever you want after. But I need you to say, Destiny. We need to focus on term limits when we have a current administration.
Jesus. What the hell is going on?
I mean, it's entertaining.
Hang on.
That doesn't even believe in the current constitutionally mandated.
So fucked? Alright, I gotta restart. What the fuck? I had all the shit open that I wanted to. I'm so fucking annoyed. Okay. Is audio working now?
Yes, sir.
Oops. Cool. Now, that was frustrating. Well, hello, Teflon. Chillin'. We were getting into jobs report, Kristi, Noem, Epstein stuff. Then my computer decided to act a fool. What's going on with you? And now CNN has a paywall, by the way. That didn't used to be the thing.
Poor baby.
It's all good.
To be fair.
To be fair.
Well, to be fair.
To be fair, what?
That it's all good.
Oh, right. Cool. All right. Anyway, did any of y'all watch that Destiny Hutch discussion? Was that any good? Worth watching? Pretty long, so. Oh, Vinay Prasad? Nice. Dude is such a weirdo.
It's long.
Like, comb your
And
fucking
it's
hair.
from Destiny.
It's like 3.5 hours, though.
Speed it up 2 times.
Yeah. Good, I'm glad he's gone. Dude is a kook. Hutch kept looping. Ugh. Hutch! What are you doing? I like Hutch. What was he looping on? Release the Epstein files. Burns the statue of Baal. U.S. Israel bombs the fuck out of them. How strange. I don't know. I'm not exactly sure what that's supposed to mean. I like him too. It just seems like they were talking past each other. Hutch, here's the thing. Like, I mostly agree with Hutch, but also at the same time, it also feels like some hopium. Like, there has to be, like, I think I've said this before. If the Democrats win, right? If the Democrats win the House and eventually the Senate and the presidency, they are going to need to sort of break the rules a bit in order to keep the rules intact. Because, like, otherwise you're just sort of relying on the goodness of people's hearts. You break the rules to fix the rules and then let it go. But the problem is, you know, that sounds a lot like Emperor Palpatine, you know. These emergency powers I will relinquish once this crisis has abated. So you gotta be very careful about it. And I think that's what Hutch is worried about.
Oh, yeah.
That's what I'm saying, Barcode. I think in order to fix the rules, like permanently, you might have to break them at this point, because you just have people who will continuously break them in order to keep breaking them if you don't. And like at this point, it's like, okay, well, we can't just rely on good conscience. We have to ensure this never happens again. Who cares? As long as the rules are fixed and it can't ever happen again, they can call us whatever they want. There's nothing they can fucking do about it. That's the point. Call people corrupt, elect a Republican next time, that's fine. You can never break those fucking rules again, so it'll be worth it. Oh, I'm so glad this fucking retard is out. This dude's such an idiot.
Don't be ignorant.
He's very ignorant. Like, who gave this dingus a medical license? Yeah, no, I know. I know. He's like he's not just a retard, like, he's a dangerous retard. Trump is a puppet for the Jews. Ooh. I didn't get that Jew memo. Mossad didn't inform me. I wish I'd known. I would have put my own Jew orders in. Almog! Perfect timing. Oh, us two Jews, man. We're controlling Trump. I'm doing good, buddy. How are you? How are things over there? I'm sure they're pretty tense. You're not ranked. You have. That actually is an unsafe assumption. You don't know who my family are and what they do, so that would be an unsafe assumption. I had a siren a few hours ago. Can't sleep since. Yikes. Sorry, buddy. Stay safe.
Ranked. Huh.
It's literally not proving. It's the opposite of proving your point, dude. Listen, if you're gonna just spout off crazy conspiracy theories, you're not gonna find a lot of people who agree with you here. Okay, nobody believes in that retarded shit in this chat. All right, you're just gonna get ridiculed.
Yeah, I don't get what he's trying to say.
Cringe ballistics. I saw there was a cluster bomb Almog the other day. Was it yesterday? Fight your own wars. No?
Let's like not fight.
Actually, no. I like taking your white people money. It's fucking great. Keep giving it to us. It's amazing. Keep doing it. It makes me happy. And when people like you cry about it, that makes me even happier.
I just wish people would chill and be nice, you know?
They're not going to. They're all pissed off because their own lives are fucked up, so they have to find somebody else to blame about it. That's what scapegoating
We
is.
could
Is
just
how
chill here and like make friends.
you're not white, spits. Then why are you trying to LARP so hard as one?
Oh.
That makes it even worse. That makes it even worse. You're just a fool taken in by white nationalist sentiment.
Wait.
And spouting their own fucking shit.
This is a new friend potentially. Like,
No, fuck this person. I don't give a shit about them.
You don't have to be white to be here.
Wrong. Okay, great. Yet you're spouting the same retarded viewpoints as white nationalists. Okay.
I mean, kinda, yeah. Like, I'm not a fan.
I don't know if you saw Nick Fuentes recently, but he's saying the same thing, Teflon. Saying to hell with Trump doesn't necessarily cure you of the charges. There are actually cluster bombs. I never heard of seen cluster munitions that close. Interesting. Yeah.
Here, you can do these fun ones.
I'm not saying Iran doesn't have cluster bombs, Zoltak. I just don't know if these are actually them. Could just be way confusing interceptors. Well, I mean, like, did you see the munition barcode? It was a cluster of something, and there were impacts on the ground. Yeah, I've seen this. Even with this, though, aren't they still, like, doing terribly as far as, like, actual hits on targets goes? You know what? I'm going to try it in Brave, because I'm tired of these fucking paywalls. Oh, beautiful. No, oh no, not beautiful. Oh, not beautiful. Fucking annoying. Archive. Yeah, I guess I do. Baby, don't. Please don't engage with the trolls.
Saying,
I know you have a beautiful and wonderful heart.
No, I'm just really curious. I know I'm late. I'm sorry.
Don't. Impact sites for evidence. I think I've seen some of it.
Okay, yeah, because I'm crafting, babes. What are you doing to be useful?
Baby, please don't feed the troll. I love you. I don't want you to engage with that retarded troll.
Eating anything. Ew.
I've seen impacts, but they definitely weren't from cluster bombs, just normal missile impacts. I thought it was like a smaller
Are
smaller
you
munition.
threatening me, babes? Obviously, we're friends. Are you trying to be my best friend? Like, you should. It'd be wise of you.
Oh gosh.
Cute! This is what I'm talking about. Score! Okay. Did y'all make a best friend today? No. Okay, I love black people. Or whatever you
I've
are.
literally lived in like 99% majority black countries. 2 of them.
I'm so sorry you were, like, thinking that. Yeah, you should probably be here. Well, I hope it's cool. Like, I'm pretty white, and I mean, I can't help it, so. Sorry.
I'm Jewish and Latino. I'm off-white.
Oh, and I'm retarded, and other labels too, but, yeah.
Well, it was just
But
normal
too late,
missile
you already
impacts.
said you're my
I've seen
bestie.
ones that are smaller than... I heard reporting that it was smaller than normal missile impacts.
Yeah.
Well, you'll fit right in. Everyone here is retarded. Those bombs don't usually disperse that high up either.
I'm
Well,
so happy
I don't know
for you.
what this munition was supposed to be then.
I hope you are black, though. I'm kind of gonna be sad if you're not, to be honest. But, like, it's, yeah.
To confuse the interceptors? Yeah, but they landed. And there were explosions from
Oh, good.
Cool. That's fine. That's good. I'm proud of my heritage, too.
You should all be happy to exist.
Even fucking, look, if even Haaretz is reporting it, barcode. I would say it's probably true. Let's see the full article. Well, U.S. cluster munitions are going to be probably more advanced. Let's see. Cluster missile carrying a warhead weighing approximately 7 kilograms causes damage comparable to that of the short-range rockets fired by Hamas and Hezbollah. Some munitions it disperses spread over a radius of many kilometers, triggering rocket sirens across a wide number of areas. In addition, the cluster munitions leave behind duds, which jeopardize civilians and security forces and complicate efforts to manage and clear impact sites.
Nice.
That's actually kind of funny, Teflon. But I think it seemed like they were on the road to invading before that happened. No? The IDF is currently having trouble understanding the rationale behind Iran's missile fire. They believe the Iranian... Jesus Christ. This is what happens. I eat peanuts too quickly.
Yeah, cough it out.
Whew. They believe the Iranians are attempting to produce more synchronized... Yeah. So, like,
And
I don't...
water.
You know, that is funny coincidence for sure. The fact that it was Trump and Epstein is pretty funny. And we are going to go over the new... I know. Dude, that's like my... That's the thing. That's like my streamer snacks. I'm always munching on peanuts. And at least once a stream, they try to kill me. Whereas ordinary ballistic missiles carry heavy warheads, cause extensive damage. Purpose of using cluster warhead missiles is to spread localized damage over a wide radius. So yeah, Barcode, I don't think, like, American cluster bombs are probably going to be a lot more powerful. Yeah, right? I didn't pay my Mossad, I didn't check in with my Mossad handler
Check
this week,
them nuts.
so. Videos of the cluster missiles have been circulating online. Some were deliberately published by the IDF's Home Front Command. Saturday saw intermittent launches throughout the day, which triggered 18 sirens, highest number recorded as of Wednesday. Really large barrage in the evening hours. Same Saturday, a cluster munition launch towards central Israel was identified. One of the bomblets hit a basketball court, breaking and cratering the asphalt. Yeah, that's what I think so, Barcode. Check them nuts. Yeah. I think it's more about causing terror, spreading it, damage over a wider area. I don't know if you heard this, though. This is really interesting. Those bombs can't get through shelter room. Yeah. Also, based on reports, Iran's ballistic missile launch frequency has dropped by over 86 to 90%. Because, like, the big strategic thing is, Iran launches missiles, they bomb the missile launchers. It's the same thing Israel did in the last conflict. So, you know, I hear a lot of people going, oh my god, they're going to run out of interceptors. But the thing is, Iran's already running out of launchers. About the hypersonic missile, I mean, it's still... We don't really know, right? They keep talking about it. I don't... If they have one, my guess is it's just a warhead on an ICBM. But they shouldn't have an ICBM because I don't think they were developing them. I definitely don't think they have the technology to actually build a self-propelled hypersonic missile. Caught on camera. Can you link me? I want to take a look. Because again, if you have, for example, a missile that can reach space, by default, that's going to be a hypersonic missile. Because as it comes down, it's going to reach Mach 5. Just by virtue of it coming back from space. If they do have them, they're not going to have a lot of them. Because that's technology... Yeah, that's technology that's expensive, like really expensive to make. And is it not letting you link in the is it not letting you link in the chat? Chat? The IRB.
Yeah, probably not.
Like if you drop the link in chat, is it like stopping you from doing it?
How long do they have to wait?
I don't know. It should be right away, but the auto mod is kind of stupid. So
Yeah, you should check.
well, it should be set to everything, but even when you set it as everything, it's still
Oh, somebody changed it.
if you aren't subbed, it limits special characters. Even if you follow, that's annoying.
Oof. Terrifying.
Auto mod is better.
Superman. Or
So the
stop motion, of
Fatah
course.
1 is apparently describes the missile as hypersonic, a description which has been noted as dubious by several media outlets. High maneuverability and speed helps it to evade missile defense systems. Fatah family missiles were reportedly used to attack both U.S. bases. According to reports, these missiles are capable. Okay. It's just not confirmed. It's just not confirmed.
Sounds like they need some weed out there.
I
They
think
chill
they
the
have
hell
it.
out there.
I think they have it.
They don't have enough of it. Snoop Dogg should donate. We could help.
Yeah, the capabilities just haven't been confirmed. I know there have been some missiles that have gotten through that people have said, like, maybe that's the Fatah. But also, keep in mind, a lot of the time when these missiles get through, they're also in the middle of a huge barrage of other missiles. And when you have, like, a massive barrage straining the Israeli defense system in general all at once, a couple of them are going to get through. That's been their sort of strategy so far. I would be surprised. Yeah, of course. I would be surprised if they would use one of the hypersonic missiles that they're claiming should be able to get right through the air defense system. I would be surprised if they use that in the middle of a wider barrage. They would want to show it off, like, doing its thing in a more impressive way. But the thing about Iran is they do a lot of talking and not a lot of showing. That's true. But a couple have slipped through Almug. But, yeah, again, well, you can't stop 100%. You can stop close, but... yeah. At this point, though, they might, if they have the Fatah missiles that are actually hypersonic, they are probably saving them for, like, the last gasps. Because as of right now, their missile launching capabilities are being degraded every single day. Because every time Jericho 3, I hear Jericho and that just makes me think of Iron Man.
I love the show Jericho.
But yeah, I imagine if they were going to use it, it would be towards the end, because they know as soon as they fire that missile, the U.S. and Israel are going to zero in on where it fired from, and they're going to take it out, as they've been doing with the rest of their launchers. So, I don't know. We'll see. Well, I don't know, Teflon. Time after time after time after time, people start sharing around social media videos, and then they turn out to be false representations as well. I tend to trust news that's, like, going to specific sources, that's going to have just a lot more verifiable stuff to it, where they've done the research. Videos oftentimes are edited, live streams. Yeah. Sure. I mean, I don't, how many live streams are coming out of like Iran? Or are you talking about the ones in Israel? I don't think that's what he's saying, Barca. I just know that I know right now there's not much coming out of Iran because the Iranian government has tamped down a lot on the internet. You still get little bits though. Yeah. I've seen like a couple of the live streams. Like I like watching when there's the when there's like a barrage that's been said is going to be going towards Israel. I'll pull up like a live stream of Tel Aviv, Jerusalem, what have you. I'll usually watch that. Oh man, the AI bullshit that's flooding social media right now is crazy. But to be fair, he did say live streams mostly, and that's less likely to have AI in it. Still not AI proof, but nice. Cool. Yeah, I'm actually I've been thinking about doing my own homegrown AI data centers actually. I got a 5090 and Ryzen 7 9800X3D. I figured I could start lending compute when I'm not using the computer, make a little money, save up some money, buy a server rack, get a few cards, build a little data center, make some money without really having to do much.
Hell yeah, brother.
Mm-hmm. That's Vast is actually one of the services I was looking at, Neighborly. I was gonna start, you know, when I'm smaller with just like a few cards. I was gonna start with like Vast, and there's a couple other services that are pretty good return on uptime. And then as I get, you know, as I grow it larger, I think there would be ways for me to like directly make deals with companies and just be a little data server for a company, like a larger company. Strategic direct solutions.
That's hot.
So you're just staffing experts, provide staffing augmentation services. Okay, cool. Nice. Staffing firm. I used to work for Ronstad. Do you know Ronstad? Yep. The recruiter. I was recruiting software engineers before I left and became a software engineer.
cute. I forgot to do some software things.
Did they place me? Fuck no.
Fair.
No, I was not going to try to get a job through Ronstadt after working there. Unreasonable hiring manager stories? Oh, jeez. Well, I mean, I don't know if I have, like, specific ones, but the one that's the most frustrating is, like, everybody for, like, an entry-level junior coding position wanted, like, 4 years of experience. And it was, like... So this was, like, back in 2018, 2019, when these jobs were, like, still huge, and, like, everyone was going for these jobs and stuff like that, and it was like, bro, that is fucking dumb. Like, you want a junior coder for the amount that you're paying, then you need to get somebody who doesn't have a lot of experience, or, like, you need to change your requirements. So it was less of, like, a specific thing, and it was more of just, like, in general, people being unrealistic about what they wanted for certain, certain roles.
Okay.
Yeah? What up, neighbor Ernie? Lay it on me. Citadel Securities publishes graph showing a strange phenomenon. Job postings of software engineers are actually seeing a massive spike. The general of AI makes coding cheaper. Companies actually making a lot more software engineers, not fewer. When software is cheaper to build, companies naturally want to build a lot more of it. Businesses are now putting software into industries, tools where it was simply too expensive before. Yeah. But, like, the question is, what's the skill level of these? I think one of the issues that could be happening, and I could be wrong because I'm just speculating right now, but I think one of the issues we could foresee is that, exactly, and that's my point, is you're going to see lots of, like, experienced software engineers getting jobs where AI starts taking over a lot of the work of, like, junior to lower mid-level engineers, and suddenly lots less of them are getting hired, and then you end up in a situation where now, after, like, 10 years, you have just way too few senior engineers as that last generation starts to retire.
Mm-hmm.
That is a potential issue I could see happening. So then I guess education. 4.6 and built me in Databricks SFTP pipeline complete with Docker CI/CD with very little guidance. Damn! That's impressive. I guess education would have to adapt and, like, just incorporate AI into the education, right? And change sort of the pipeline where your, like, first year is learning how to use AI to code basic shit, and then the rest of your time you're learning, like, mid to senior level skills. But that's the thing, that's the shitty part, is, like, a lot of it comes from experience, right? Is, like, there's a lot of things you just learn and get a feel for. Like, async is one of the most frustrating fucking things in software engineering, and you can learn about it up and down and up and down and up and down, but you don't really get good at fixing async issues or preventing async issues without actual experience doing it. Yeah. Uh-huh. Yep. Exactly. Yes, they can focus on what matters, but like I said, there's going to be an experience gap. And I wonder how that's going to play out in hiring. Might be an issue, might not be an issue, but I could potentially see it being an issue. Didn't a big AI company just like lay off half of its staff though, because they're like, we're going to replace all of you with AI? I mean, they can still absorb the system design along the way. I think they have more time to know instead of like committing to memory how to unpack a dictionary or whatever. Yes, right? Yes. But like, you know, one hopes that they can spend less time doing that and more time practicing with that, because there are certain things of like system design and architecture that you... This is so dumb. It's going to sound so dumb to say, but I'm sure you'll agree with me on this, neighborhoody. It's like with language. Like, you just get a feel for it by doing it a lot. Right, Anthropic. Yeah, that Jack Dorsey. Yeah, that's the one. I remember that was big news. I'm picking up new things despite using AI very heavily now. Yeah, of course. You're gonna pick up knowledge along the way, right? But it's like, the more you do something, the more you just have like an instinct for it. Architecture is one of those things. I don't know. Like I said, I feel like there could be a little experience gap, but I could be wrong. Yeah, true. Right now, they're saying 80% of Iran's air defense systems and 60% of its missile launchers have been destroyed. And that makes sense, judging by how the frequency of launches has slowed. Wait, what's the problem with that exactly, Barcode? That sounds kind of like exactly what you want to do. Corrupt the actual. Oh, you mean it doesn't focus on You're saying it's not focused on the actual crucial bugs. It'll just fix any bug. Finding useless bugs. Pushes back, yeah. Like edge cases. Like crazy, unlikely edge cases. You can also be more detailed in your prompt as well, right? Like outline the kind of stuff you want it to find. You do multiple passes. Do one pass and be like, hey, you know, we're not looking for edge cases right now. We're looking for crucial, you know, breaking bugs. Yeah. True, neighbor Rooney. Like having it sort of run different scenarios. I'd be like, what could crop up because of this? Alright. Okay, so, yeah, we had a bad jobs report. Market's not happy. The hell Claudia does get mad and remove my messages like ChatGPT does. ChatGPT is a sensitive little bitch. Cancel 2 F1 races in Bahrain and Saudi Arabia. I wonder why. No one is safe. No one is safe from paywalls. Oh boy. Fucking Candace. We remain United States military. Trump has betrayed America and expects you to die for Israel. There's no honor in being led by dishonorable men to your death. You can't do this. This is desertion. This is decidedly different from telling them not to obey unlawful orders. This is encouraging desertion. This is actually not okay. Oh.
Do you think eventually there will be a need for boots on the ground?
I would not exclude it for those reasons or other.
It is free speech. It is free speech.
And will that include Israeli boots on the ground, do you think?
I exclude nothing. We've been waiting for 47 years, and we came to a point that every necessary means should be taken in order to achieve our goals.
What we're seeing from... Do you think eventually there'll...
I mean, ultimately, this is up to, like, you know, the administration. Or whoever wins between Rubio and Hexa. Candace is retarded. A lot of people know she's retarded. Oh, why am I going into the comments? Yeah. Yeah. She is encouraging illegal behavior. It is free speech, but desertion is not legal. Oh, there it is. Encouraging desertion. Is it sedition? Oh, no. No, 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 no. Neighboruni, this is not protected speech. No. I mean, yeah, I would say, but it's like walking a line, right? Let's see. Mm. Let's see. I'm just asking AI what it thinks. High legal standard. Unlikely. Yeah. Probably. You're right. Fucking Brandenburg. Yep. Directed to inciting or producing imminent lawless action. Maybe she would need to say something like, all of you must start leaving the military now. It's time to rise up against the government. You can reach out to me and I'll help you get away from them and shelter you. Like that sort of thing, maybe. Well, I hope she keeps doing retarded shit like this. Maybe one day. Maybe one day she'll land herself a little prison sentence. Oh, in the U.S. for sure. Yeah, I want to see these interviews. Where are these interviews? Where are they? Newly released. Is there a link to them? Newly disclosed records. Oh boy. Are we ready for this?
Yeah.
True, Sleepy. Good point. Good point.
Must have got my alcohol.
Also, hey, bud. Good to see you. So she would have to say something like, all of you soldiers must abandon your posts. I will shelter you from the U.S. government and protect you from their blah, 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 blah. Call me here, reach out to me here, and we'll start the process. I guess it would have to be that specifically clear and intentional. Well, you shouldn't desert in general, Barcode, unless you're being given unlawful orders. And even then, you shouldn't desert. You should just not obey the unlawful orders. Ugh. Are we mentally ready for this one, guys?
No. Too bad.
Addressing specific soldiers? She can't just generally make a call, open call for soldiers to leave and say, like, I will facilitate and help you with this. Like, what if somebody did do it because of her, and they cited her and they went to her for protection? Then after the fact, they could do it. But I guess not before the fact. Well, free speech is very important here, Halmog. It has to be a very high standard to restrict somebody's speech. Yeah, the facilitation. Yeah. Directing immediate action. So there's no possible way for her to direct immediate action to a wide scale without naming specific service members? You're being used by the government right now. Refuse orders. Leave your post tonight. Cross border with me. I'll help you get out. That might be illegal. Okay. But just generally, if she made an immediate, like, leave the army now to all soldiers in the army. I will help you, you know, shelter you from government reprisal, blah, 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 blah. Yeah, Twitter's fucking shit. Bro. Bro. Medi. He's such an Al Jazeera cuck. He's such a cuck for Al Jazeera. Like, why? Why can't you have, like, a reasonable take? You're reasonable on so many other topics. But you're just so retarded on the Middle East. Oh God, I hate this. I hate this kind of shit. I love this too because it's like, oh, I guess proxies aren't a thing. Yeah, I don't spend a lot of time on Twitter. I just can't. It's just too stupid. Yeah, get back in there, Barcode. Where's Daniel? All of y'all should be jumping in that Twitter, man, in the Discord, man. I'm tired of opening it and just seeing, you know, fucking anti-West, anti-Israel propaganda constantly. They don't understand the things you say on Twitter. It's all retarded. Everybody's retarded here, though. It's not just one side. Everybody's a fucking retard on Twitter.
Everyone's retarded.
Mm-hmm. Jeez. Yeah. I can't. It just makes me mad. All the social medias. Going into a comment section. I just don't. I just, like, I try and then, like, I go through it. I block a bunch of people and my timeline's better for a little bit. And then something floats by and I can't help but open it. And then my timeline is fucking trash again. Ugh. Just gotta go through, like, a nice little blocking, you know, spree. I know. I agree, Barcode. King Drake. How's it going, Sean? I don't block. I try to force the algorithm to show me just what I want to see. If you block, it'll help big time. Oh. How is this actually going to happen? What is King Drake? I'm old and out of touch. What I did not hear about what happened to Vancouver. Oh, the Canucks acquired 6-round picks from Washington and Boston. Is that what you're talking about? I don't see that anywhere. Can you link me? Huh, barcode. Really? Oh, there it is. I just researched it like a retard.
My favorite return.
Agreements mean for private property owners in BC. An agreement recognizing the Musqueam's First Nations Aboriginal title within much of Vancouver. The news prompted claims on social media that Canada had ceded Vancouver properties to the Musqueam, but experts in Indigenous rights law, as well as the federal minister responsible in the First Nation, say the agreement does not transfer private property. The claim. Negro Arroyo Lane, Albuquerque, New Mexico. Yeah. What's up?
Hey.
I am the one
How
who
about
knocks,
crazy
okay?
roads?
No, that's Walter White's address, babe. From Breaking Bad. This
Yeah,
week, the
keep
federal government
watching that.
released details of the news. Recognizes its Aboriginal title within an area that includes much of Vancouver. News of the agreement caused a flurry of confusion and anger on social media. Mark Carney gave away the city of Vancouver. 2 million people's homes, land title,
Whoa.
gone! Reads a post on the X platform, formerly Twitter, with around 2,200,000
I
views.
remember that.
Another X post reads, Canada has just signed an agreement with the Musqueam First Nation to get property title rights to most of Vancouver. Some posts claim Canada handed over control of Vancouver to the Musqueam.
I love how crazy you are.
The facts. The agreement is one of 3 signed by the band and the federal government on February 20th, with the other 2 agreements concerning marine management and fisheries. The Rights Recognition Agreement recognizes Musqueam Aboriginal rights, including title within their traditional territory, and creates a framework for nation-to-nation relations within Canada, according to a federal government news release. Dwight Noem, a law professor at the University of Saskatchewan, whose expertise includes Indigenous rights law, said the agreement contains a clause that specifically separates it from a treaty or land claims agreement. That's a significant clause, because it means that it doesn't become constitutionally entrenched like a treaty or land claims agreement effectively does. Newman said the agreement sets the stage for future negotiations between the Musqueam and the federal government by laying out what the dispute resolution process would look like in those negotiations. Darwin Hanna, a lawyer with the Vancouver-based firm Callison and Hanna, focuses on Indigenous rights and governance, said the agreement provides for good faith negotiations to address Musqueam rights and title. Said the agreement recognizes Musqueam Aboriginal title rights rather than declaring them, and doesn't involve the transfer of private property, which would fall under provincial jurisdiction, not federal. Nothing within the agreement at this stage specifically transfers any private property, Newman said. However, there isn't a clause within the agreement that excludes private property from being part of that recognized title. That could stop the federal government from arguing against a Musqueam claim to private property if that ended up in the courts. But the agreement is meant to avoid such a scenario by outlining the negotiation process. In a sense, though, the Musqueam are using the existence of a possible claim against private property to negotiate about arrangements from the federal government to respond to their land claim, Newman said. Hannah said the agreement lays the groundwork for reconciliation by addressing Aboriginal title rights. In BC, you have the Crown, who has received the benefits of the territories without the full inclusion of these nations. So you have a process for reconciliation to have land back opportunities for nations to ensure they are able to be involved through governance and other arrangements over their ancestral lands. Should BC property owners be worried? Federal Crown Indigenous Relations Minister Rebecca Alty said in a statement Monday that the agreements do not affect private property. Suggestions otherwise are false, she said. Musqueam First Nation echoed that point in its own statement Monday, citing comments by Chief Wayne Sparrow in December, saying the First Nations goal is a, quote, partnership and relationship with our neighbors, not trying to take away our neighbors' private property. Newman stressed the agreement has not taken away private property, adding the language about the government handing over Vancouver to the Musqueam is an exaggeration and inaccurate. While the agreement doesn't directly affect private BC property owners, Newman said a landmark court ruling last August involving the Cowichan Nation has heightened people's concern. That ruling awarded Aboriginal title to the Cowichan over a swath of property in Richmond, BC, sparking concerns about the impact on private land ownership. Newman said Ottawa could have avoided some of the negative responses to the Musqueam agreement if it had done a better job communicating the details. But to be clear, the response comes out of mistaken impressions about the effect of this agreement, even while there are some background risks to private property in British Columbia, he said. BC is like what Washington State would be if that darn pesky federal government didn't get in the way. That Cowichan ruling was insane. I mean, they're saying it's similar to this one, no? And that it was not that insane, but people sort of misrepresented it, no? To private third-party land invalid or affected, the court did not order seizure, instead ordering good faith negotiations to reconcile interests. I mean, it sounds like the way they're trying to approach this is a symbolist, like calling it invalid or whatever is a symbolic gesture, not intending to just take away people's private property. This was just a few days ago. Boom. Neither side is looking for private property. It seems likely what's going to happen. It seems likely to me what's happening is that Rich is intended to serve as the legal basis for a form of reparations, where they will symbolically sell this back to, like, the government or something. Maybe not. I mean, that seems like what the cow... Is that how you say it? Cowichan? I don't know. Seems like that's what they want. Yeah. The province compensates Cowichan for the fee simple properties on Richmond land. And then they release their title. Yeah, it's TBD, but it seems like the TBD is the amount that they're going to settle on. I mean, yeah, they're untested waters. Sure, that's true. But it seems pretty clear what they are going after. That sweet, sweet fucking cash. No. They could be voided, potentially in a settlement, but it appears that neither side is looking to void any of the privately held stuff. Well, get in the shelter, Almug. What are you doing?
Jeez.
I will. But it does seem to me like, again, the title actionably seems more symbolic. I do expect this precedent to be used a lot over Canada. I don't expect to see a lot of private property being taken over by First Nations. Mm. So why is this expert in First Nations law saying this? Why am I seeing a lot of other experts echoing the same thing about this particular ruling that you're citing in Richmond? The agreements do not affect private property. The Crown receive the benefits of the territories without the full inclusion of the judges, so you have a process for reconciliation, have land back opportunity, to ensure they have are able to be involved through governance and other arrangements of their ancestral lands, he said. Okay. But it appears this is not to affect private property. That's what they say here. So there is public land, and then they would be compensated by the government for privately held land, right? Is that not what this is saying? Which paragraph starts with what? Darwin Hanna. Moves on indigenous rights and governance, so the agreement provides for good faith negotiations to address Musqueam rights and title. He said the agreement recognizes Musqueam Aboriginal title rights rather than declaring them. It doesn't involve the transfer of private property, which would fall under provincial jurisdiction, not federal. Then the agreement at this stage specifically transfers any private property, Newman said. However, there isn't a clause within the agreement that excludes private property from being part of that recognized title. Stop the federal government from arguing against a Musqueam claim to private property if that ended up in the courts. But the agreement is meant to avoid such scenario by outlining the negotiation process. Okay, I see what you're saying. So technically, the ruling does allow for them to make a claim on private property. But it doesn't necessarily grant them that private property. Well, no, it doesn't say it outright grants them the private property. It would have to be fought out in the court. Because it doesn't say either way. Right? If they were to try to make a claim on private property. This is why they're saying using the existence of a possible claim against private property to negotiate about arrangements. Federal government to respond to their land claim. I'm not Canadian. Well, neither am I. But these guys are. They seem to they seem to say the whole purpose of this. Yeah. It appears just from this article that the purpose of that was to give them a negotiating leg up on compensation. Yeah. Okay, but like being realistic here, the idea that they're going to move a bunch of people off private property and just give it over to the First Nations, that seems pretty unlikely. The much more likely scenario is that they would just get a settlement with the First Nations for areas that are private property and probably give them the public property. Or they would sell the public property back to Canada. Right? Well, yeah, ultimately we don't know, right? Because it's ongoing. But that appears to be the intention of this ruling, the intention of the agreement, and the intention of all parties involved. Whether that turns out at the end of the day to be the case, I guess depends on the negotiations, but Well, then likely what's going to happen, like I said, is for the private property to be sold back to the government, and then the parts of that that are not private property would be kept by the First Nation, whichever particular one they are. That would be the smart thing if I were negotiating on behalf of whichever nation it was. It'd be like, whichever of this is like public, owned by the state of Canada, right, or the province, their particular province, will be like, well, you give me that, right, and then you can pay me for the areas that are private property. That seems like the smartest thing to go about it. Have the rights to own the property tax? Well, then that doesn't really affect the private property owners, right? Because they're still paying the same property tax. I'm sure that would be part of the agreement. Well, yeah, but then if the tribe changes it, then they have to deal now with the private property owners and legal challenges that they'll probably have to face after that. They may own the land, but there can still be legal challenges against it. I mean, it wouldn't just be legal challenges too. There'd be a lot of negative publicity and a lot of other things they'd have to deal with. It sounds to me like everybody here is trying to be good faith here. I'm sure a lot of these people never expected any sort of compensation whatsoever. In like, ever. Well, yeah, I don't either. Canada was like even worse to its natives than we were, though, right? Hmm. Equally bad. I'd always heard like that they like ran some pretty crazy experiments on them, like even pretty recently, like within the last 100 years. Yeah! Hell yeah!
Yay.
Fuck them missiles.
So sorry.
You know what I think that calls for? I know what that calls for. Hang on. Hang on.
Chicken dance?
Nope. Wait. Neighbor Rooney, would you stop spoiling? Jesus. Trying to get a high quality picture. Hang on.
At this point.
Where is it? Let's see. Let me get a good one. Is this the one good? Why is everything fucking tiny? Okay. Wait.
Nothing bad can happen. It can only good happen.
This is gonna be our new tradition whenever a piece of shit gets fucking busted.
Yes.
Fuck off, bozo. Oh no. Did not mean to do that. That's a fun song though. I played that one for you guys before. Mika!
That's right.
The other one, I have to end YouTube if I'm gonna play the other one. Which I can do. I can do that.
You will do.
Good girl.
Oh my gosh, let me see.
Oh, happy baby. Which one? Which is the other? Oh, you sent me another. Oh, you sent another one. Okay. Oh, right.
Iran's formerly supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. Dead.
This is so good.
Ayatollah Khamenei is dead.
Yeah.
Ayatollah
Come here.
Khamenei.
Come here. Come here. Come on.
You know, I got blocked for that.
Iran's former supreme leader, Ayatollah Khamenei, is dead. Iran's former supreme leader.
Good girl.
Ayatollah Khamenei is dead.
Okay.
Is dead.
Yeah, you did it. Is this nigga toxic?
Is dead.
Go ahead. It's up there. Mika. Up. Mika. Up.
Is dead. is dead. Is dead.
Yeah. Fuck you though, but awesome.
Yeah. It's beautiful.
Yeah, it was fun. Oh, that was an interesting little diversion there. So this will be interesting.
Neurodivergent.
Easy. Hey, buddy.
Bushwick. Oh no.
Yes, I have actually noticed. Every day it was, gas is the cheapest it's been in history. Everybody has jobs paying them $500,000 a year. You know, all of the murderers are out of our country. Everything's perfect. Now it's just crickets. Someone should hack into the clubs in Bushwick and play that. It's good to see you, mate. It's been a minute. At least eggs are cheaper. Through nothing
that just
but
looks correct.
Through nothing but what was already going to happen. Here's was Mike Johnson's candidate, Brandon Herrera, goose stepping to Nazi marching song, Erica. Jesus.
Fuck them eggs and fuck you too.
Locked it. See, that just looks correct. So, anyway, my buddy Admin Results is going to be out here on the range with us to help us with.
I gotta end the. I'm pretty sure I gotta end the YouTube stream for this because this is the kind of shit they get their panties in a bunch about. So, bye YouTube retards. We love you.